Problem D of closure problem 9-158 is a combination of a product of powers, because we're multiplying these two powers together, and working with a negative exponent. So what we're going to do first is I'll show you how to do this problem using our shortcuts. So the first shortcut that we would want to look at is the product of powers. So if the base is the same, and in this case, the base of the exponent is x, then all we need to do is add together the actual exponents. So 5 and -8 would mean that we would have negative x to the -3. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's write down that first. So we're going to have x to the -3rd power. So we've taken care of the exponent and the x, the variable, but we still have to multiply the coefficients. So that's just 3 and 4 multiplied together. So 4 times 3 is 12. So we have our coefficient multiplied, and we have our exponents multiplied. But remember, it said give answers without negative exponents. And so we can't have a negative exponent. What we have to do is we have to put that below the line. So right here, they show you that negative exponents. If you have a negative exponent, the way to get rid of that is to put it underneath as the denominator of a fraction. So if you just have a variable by itself, you'd put a 1 on top and then put the variable and its exponent below. But because we have a situation where we've got a 12 as the coefficient, what we can do is leave the 12 on top and then put the x to the 3rd power below the line. And so this is our final answer, which is 12 over x to the 3rd power. So that's using our shortcuts, but of course we can always factor it out. So I'll show you how we would work this problem if we factored it out. So first I'm rewriting the problem here, x to the -8. Okay, so if we factored it out, first let's factor out the 4x to the 5th power. So that's 4 times x times x times x times x times x, 5 times. And then we have a 3, and that's a positive 3. But then x to the -8 needs to go below the line as a denominator because it's a negative exponent. So that's x times 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 x. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 times. All right, so now we can start canceling. So x over x is 1, x over x, x over x again, x over x. So what we have left, oops, one more x over x pair. What we have left on our numerator is 4 times 3, which is 12. And what we have left in our denominator is x to the 3rd power. So that's how we get the answer factoring, and that matches up with what we got when we were using the exponent shortcuts that we have on our handy dandy math toolkit.